All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to EETF number 102.
Actually, it's 103, but carry on.
Tonight, it is another travel episode. We have Michael Drew. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm great. I hope you guys are both well, too.
Hanging in there. We also have John Motford. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys?
Good.
Well, you've
Good.
already answered that question.
We talked off air. We're all
We're good. All up to date.
yeah.
So, okay, we have our 10 air quotes regular questions, but with a couple of additional ones thrown in at the end. And of course, we will go off the beaten path and talk about whatever. So let's jump into it now. John, your most recent trip was to Brazil, I think?
Most recent, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when was that?
Back in, I want to say February or March. It was only a week. It was a short trip.
Okay.
Yes.
So positive experience?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We were in Puerto Vallarta, but it was like a couple weeks before they had the whole riots after that guy was arrested. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was a great experience.
You missed out on all the fun.
All the fun.
Were you at a resort?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't ask me the name of it. I have no idea. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I never remember the name of the resort.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you explore the rest of the region, or you kept it low key?
Pretty much kept it low key then. Again, it was only a week, right? But my husband, or Jonathan, is from Mexico, so we'll be going to Mexico a lot, I'm sure. So we didn't feel the need to do too much exploring them because we know we have lots of chances ahead of us.
Yeah, you'll go back.
Mhm.
Which part of the country is he from?
Saltillo is a city. Jeez, he's gonna make
Now
fun of
putting
me.
you on the spot.
Yeah, he
sorry.
told me the name of the state a million times. I forget.
So let's make it easier.
It's
Northern. Okay.
Yes, yeah. It borders. Part of it borders the U.S. It borders Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
So how long of a flight? Like, how do you get there from where you are now?
Here to Vancouver, which is a couple hours.
Okay.
And then Mexico, it was 5 or 6 hours, I believe. It wasn't too bad.
Nice.
Yeah, it must be around that.
Yeah.
Air Canada?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, actually, no.
Doesn't know the name of the resort, doesn't know the airline, doesn't know the city. No, you do know the city.
What we've learned from this is not
Yeah.
to ask for recommendations from Mutt because he's not. It was nice. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it was Air Canada out of here to Vancouver, but then it was Flair, I think, or it was a cheap airline. One of
Okay.
those.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I want to say Flair.
Flair is one of them.
Yeah.
All right. As long as they don't, throw you in the cargo hold or something.
It was fine. I mean, it was cheap, as I say, but I mean, no worse than the way WestJet gouges us for everything now, right? Like,
Okay.
even for a glass of water, there we would have had to pay extra, right? But
I have never flown WestJet.
Same.
they used to be good when they first started, and now they're worse than Air Canada because they
I've heard
gouge
that.
you every chance
Whereas,
they get.
knock on wood, I've never had an issue with Air Canada.
Oh, I've had issues with both, but I've had good experience with both too, I should say.
All right. Okay. So I guess that might count into one of these. Question 1, John, what would be your best travel, air quotes, happy accident?
I'm going to be perfectly honest. When you sent these, because we get these questions in advance to any of your listeners,
Mm-hmm.
I missed number 1 on here. I'm just seeing it now, but on the list because it's indented a little weird. The format is weird on the text.
Okay.
So I missed it. But
Okay, so now it's my fault.
I gotta place all the blame on you.
Or WhatsApp. It's its fault.
Yeah. I'll come up with a better answer later once I've had more time to think of it, I'm sure.
Okay.
But I will say,
You don't have to answer now.
yeah, no, I can think of one. So
Okay.
when I brought my kids to Japan way back, I want to say 16 years ago, most of the trip went pretty smooth, although I do have another story from that trip a little later.
Okay.
But going into Hiroshima, we had booked a place. Drew, did you go to Hiroshima when you went to Japan?
No,
Yeah. Okay. So
Would you have?
I would have gone. Yeah, I mean, we're going to go back at some point, so I'll
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
try to hit other places.
Okay.
when we arrived into town, the hotel we had booked turned out was in like Hiroshima, I want to say station or something. It's been a while, so I don't remember. But it was not exactly in Hiroshima. It was actually like an hour away. And the taxi driver could speak no English, but he knew something wasn't right when we were telling him where to go, right? So through a lot of struggle, because it was before we had all the translating options we have now, right? He managed to get it across to us that this is not the place we wanted to be. So we ended up booking a new place right in the city, and the staff there were just amazing. I would say that's the happy accident part of it, where they dressed my daughter, who was like, I think 6 or 7 at the time, up in a kimono and went and picked cherry blossoms for her hair, and they gushed all over her and made her feel like a princess. So just the treatment we got at this place that we hadn't booked originally turned out to be a really happy accident.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I don't know the distance from Tokyo, for example, if it's...
I'm not sure either. Are they on the same island? I don't know.
Yeah, they are. And it's all
they?
down that south coast, sort of. So,
Okay, yeah.
We hit, I don't know the order, but you hit Kyoto and Nagano and all these places on the way. Osaka, I think, yeah.
How long were you there?
3 weeks. Yeah, so all those places we spent time in as well. Kyoto, Nagano, Udonica, which was, I highly recommend that place. We got to see like snow monkeys, and we went to a sumo tournament, and it was just an amazing trip. Yeah.
Awesome.
Jesus. Okay, so you mentioned cherry blossoms. What time of the year did you go?
Spring, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Have you been back since?
No, but, I mean, it's quite far, right? But
Yes.
not often do I repeat a place that far,
Okay.
but I would. I did like Japan enough that I would go back.
Okay. Yep, I've never been. It's on my list, at some point.
It's super, well, I mean, Drew knows too. For bringing the kids, it was super safe and clean, fascinating.
Lots to do. Yeah.
Lots to do, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you twist the knife a little bit more?
No, that's just encouraging you to go.
Yes.
In case listeners don't know, Patrick likes to run. So I'm sure there are marathons that he's nodding. So
One of the major ones, like the world majors or something, there are 7 of them. Tokyo is one of them.
nice.
I don't know if it's like the Mandela effect, but I'm pretty sure I talked about this before. But like London, Chicago, New York, Boston. What did I say? London, Chicago, New York, Boston, Berlin, Sydney, Tokyo.
Okay.
I think that's it.
And they spread out through the year?
That's a good question. I would say it's more like from April to November, more or less. But the one in Sydney would probably be during the winter here. Because otherwise
that
it
makes
would be,
sense. Yeah.
it would be too...
Although that would be super hot there, though.
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
true.
If it's November, it would kind of just be the start of their summer, right?
Yes.
Ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll look it up in real time, but I'll cut out this part. So if you want to yell at me, now's the time.
This is where Alice comes in and goes,
Fuck you, Patrick.
says something like, Patrick's looking up stuff on his Google box right now.
Yes.
Good idea, Mike. Patrick's looking up stuff on his Google box right now. Also, fuck you, Patrick.
Races. Okay, Abbott World Marathon Majors. Yes, that's it.
Probably the long and short of it is, Patrick, you should do the Tokyo one.
Well,
Yes.
actually, this is kind of on topic because a few days ago, I received from like Abbott World Marathon Majors, like a sweepstake, win one spot to one of the majors.
Nice.
And, I could choose, of course. And I picked Tokyo.
Oh,
So
oh, here we go.
2027.
That's
So,
amazing.
This could be foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, John and I are your guys. We can tell you all about it.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. So yeah. Okay. I got a list here. So Tokyo would be in late February.
That's probably perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Boston mid-April-ish. London is soon after that.
Mm-hmm.
So doing both the same year would be like suicidal almost. Let's see. Okay. Sydney would be late August, the end of August.
Yeah, that's all right because that's kind of
end of their winter, going into spring,
getting
right?
into their
Yes.
yeah.
Berlin late September as always. Chicago first half of October, let's say. New York early November. And yes. Yeah, that's 7. Okay.
And surely there are people that do all 7.
Eventually, yeah. And you get one special medal for that.
That's amazing.
I forgot what it's called, but yes. And it's not on my bucket list. I mean, if I had the money, it would be, but like I'm not gonna, because like those organizations, they can smell an opportunity, so they're gonna gouge you every corner. So I'm good. But Tokyo would be a cool thing to try.
I'll have to look that up later and see what the route is.
They go right through Shibuya Station, probably.
Yeah, at rush hour.
Yeah.
Out of the way! Out of the way!
People are trying to hand you water, and it's just chaos.
Yeah. So, okay, back to the regular topic. Okay, next question. Have you ever been scammed while traveling?
Is this to me? Because you guys didn't answer the happy accident one, but you've answered
Well, we've
before.
already done it. Nobody needs to hear our nonsense again.
I didn't know if you had an additional happy accident or anything, but
if something comes to mind, I'll...
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ever been scammed while traveling? No, I would say, obviously, as you guys know, I'm very forgetful, so I'll leave my phone or leave my wallet places everywhere I go. That's going to happen. So that's on me. That's not really me being scammed. That regard, I think I'm a little more savvy, and I think I know where to go, where to avoid.
I mean, you don't need to be scammed. You're going to forget your wallet on the table anyway.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
People are just going to listen to this and let's just follow them around. He'll leave something somewhere. Don't even have to do anything.
I would say the biggest time I was frustrated with people trying to scam me was booking for Brazil. I don't know if you two know of Mr. B&B.
No.
No. Okay. It's Airbnb for gay men, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually it's a little better deal, and they got more of an insight to parties and stuff like that. So I've used them before, and it's been good. I used them even in Vancouver once when I couldn't find any other hotel in town. Even the dumpiest hotel had just one room left, and it was over $1,000 because Taylor Swift was in town.
Oh,
but,
Jesus.
Yeah, but I managed to find a place on Mr. B&B that was reasonable. So usually good. Going to Rio, and I thought I was doing good to book this a year in advance for Carnival.
That's sensible.
Yep.
Yeah, right. And you think you give yourself some time and book stuff before it gets all booked up. But so many people on that website, on Mr. B&B there, would keep coming back to me saying, oh, Mr. B&B or the agency or whatever didn't realize it was during Carnival season. Those aren't our rates. Our rates are actually this. And it would be like triple or quadruple. Do you still want it? But they'd be doing this until it was eating into my time booking a place. And everyone was trying the same scam that, oh no, because they know you're desperate and they're going to see how much you can pay.
I think that's a good scam. I'm not saying that's a good scam, but I think this is a good answer because I think it's, I always try to look ahead. We happened to be in Paris on Bastille Day. And I was worried about that because I thought, it's a national holiday and I'm worried that, that night in particular will be super expensive. So I think this is kind of a good lesson too.
Yeah, absolutely. then I ended up pulling the plug on Mr. B&B and went to hotels because I guess they're a little more regulated and yes, they were more than what the Mr. B&B prices were posting. Those weren't the prices I was getting anyway, so it worked out.
So, how much are we talking about? Like during the carnival in Rio? I have no idea of the prices.
Okay, so not to spoil your upcoming questions, but you have one about how do you document your travel expenses?
Let's jump to that then now.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, how do you document your travel experiences?
Oh, I read it as expenses. That's
Doesn't know,
okay,
doesn't know the name of the resort. Doesn't know the airline.
And before we started this show, we were talking about not reading small print as we get older. And yes,
Says the librarian.
I
Yes.
totally read it as expensive. And you document your travel experiences. Well, anyway, now I don't need to spoil because I suck up a lot of those prices as necessary evils, I would say. So I intentionally don't try to remember the ones that are expensive. I know they were expensive, but I wasn't doing anything like $400 a night, but I was not doing hostels or like 2 stars either. So
Okay.
yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, for example, so I've been to Glasgow a couple of times recently, and like something decent, like an apart hotel near the central station, there is nothing below 200 Canadian a night.
Yeah.
And that sucks, but that's how it is. So, you take the bullet,
Yeah. And I would say for Carnival, it was probably closer to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like a decent place? Not even that.
Location-wise,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. With like basically on the beach in Copacabana sort of thing.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, I mean, the apartment was crawling with ants, but but I wasn't spending much time in there anyway.
Yeah.
So it was,
That's true.
They're to sleep and then they're out.
I just wake up covered in bites, but that's it.
Yeah.
And then I go home. Yeah.
Jesus. But like, well, okay, so I might as well squeeze in that question. Is it just me, or like with age or something, do you guys realize, like I did, that location is getting more and more important when you travel in another city?
100% for me.
Yes.
You don't sound too sure.
Well, yes, but I also have to be pragmatic about it. Like
Okay.
I can't justify. So we have a couple toll roads in the Toronto area, for example, and if I'm going, say, to the airport from where I live on the east side of or at least east side of Toronto, if I leave here and I look it up and it's a 12-minute difference, I'm not going to pay $40 to save 12 minutes, right? Now, if it's an hour and a half difference, then that $40, I'm willing to pay it.
Right.
So a hotel or an Airbnb is similar to that for me. Like, and Patrick, you and I talked the other day about like, we're coming to Montreal in the summer, and I wasn't willing to pay the prices that would have got me like say half an hour closer into town. And I'm fortunate I have a car, so I can, travel. Montreal traffic is notoriously great. So, that's a joke. Like, but like I literally saved half the price. So I was like, that'll be my expenses, right? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't justify literally spending double and for a few nights. It was a lot of money to kind of save. So
I will do the location as a guiding thing, but a swanky hotel doesn't do much for me because I don't plan on being in there.
Clean,
right?
And
Clean, but it can be a small closet, basically. That's fine, but as long as it's clean, I'm fine.
Yeah. Or like worst case, like in London, for example, last year, it was tiny, but it was 5 minutes away from a train station. So,
Correct.
that was a decent compromise.
for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, next question. Weirdest thing you saw while traveling on a train or a plane?
This one took me a while to come up with anything. I don't think it's the most exciting one. And I've Googled, since you sent these questions out, I Googled what other people were coming up with. And I have nothing as crazy as some of the stories that are out there. But the
Okay.
most one that I can think of, because it happened somewhat recently, where I was just flying out of here. And we get a lot of Chinese and Japanese tourists here for Northern Lights in the winter. But we took a 6 a.m., 7 a.m. flight out, and I was surrounded by all 70, 80-year-old Japanese women. I think they went on a group tour.
80 for Brady. I hear you.
But they all ordered beer. They all ordered beer at 7:30 in the morning, and they were all drinking beer on the
Strong.
Wow.
Strong.
Okay.
Nice.
And I just thought, okay, these ladies are wild. This is
It's
cool.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Right?
That
Well,
somewhere
yeah.
is Tokyo.
Tokyo, yeah. So that's the
Wow.
weirdest thing I remember, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. What's beer in Japanese?
Mm.
Asahi. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I
I don't.
don't
It's
either.
just the brand name. But
But no, yeah, that's solid.
I mean, I've seen all the gross things that people talk about, where people walk to the bathroom in bare feet and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But we've all seen that.
That's
if you've
almost
ever-
standard nowadays.
right? Yeah, it's
Mm.
so gross. But or rude people you see all the time listening
Yeah.
to their devices with no
Mm,
headphones and shit, right?
no baby dropping.
I haven't seen a baby being dropped. No.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Good. At least. All right. Next question. Most memorable meal. Memorable in any way.
Okay. This one, it was an easy memory for me, because it's probably the best meal I've ever had in my life, was rabbit in San Marino.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
I like rabbit okay, but this was just juicy and savory. It was so good, and it was so unexpected. I think about this rabbit sometimes. And this is after traveling around Italy. And I'm not a big pasta person, I will say. So going to Italy and everyone says, oh, you're excited for the food. All right. I will say I did appreciate pasta more in Italy, because it's
Mm.
fresh and real. It was great. I didn't have a bad meal in Italy. But even then, the best meal I had was not pasta. It was in San Marino, and it was rabbit. It was so good.
What was with it? What was...
Yeah.
They were just vegetables and a gravy or whatever, but it
Was it
Nice.
like a tiny mom and pop place or a bigger restaurant or?
it was a hotel restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not the hotel we were staying in. It was another one that was known for the good food, so we went there. But
Okay, so you were there for more than one day in San Marino.
yeah, just a couple days. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think you, from Florence, it's 3-ish hours by train, I think. Because that's what most people do. It's a day trip from Florence.
yeah, we did leave through Florence. So you're right about that. But
Okay.
how long it took, again, it's been a while. But yeah, it was. Have you been?
Florence, yes, but not San Marino.
San Marino is a fascinating place. Easily one of the most beautiful places you will ever go. It's just stunning.
Jesus.
But the culture there.
Stick the knife in.
Well, this might make it a little more palatable then, because the culture there, I found that you don't have any San Marino
Listeners,
subscribers, do
probably
you?
not. No.
We're going to watch the iTunes on the Italy chart just drop.
I found the culture there very bizarre. There were a lot of gun stores, which
Huh.
struck me as kind of American, but I was told that they get a lot of Russian tourists who are just equally as into handguns and stuff.
How do they get them home?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
And okay, I know for sure you've been to Niagara Falls.
I'm going to talk about that soon.
Yeah. So how weird Niagara Falls is with all their Ripley's, believe it or not, museums and wax museums and haunted houses and stuff. It's way more freak show sort of carnival than you think for Niagara Falls, because you think it's going to be all related to the waterfalls and beauty of nature, but it's not. The town is
Interesting.
weird. But San Marino is just like that. There's wax museums and murder museums and torture museums, and yeah, and guns.
Really?
Oh, okay.
But
Weird.
great food, and the views are like
Stunning.
stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave me speechless. Yeah.
So as a day trip, perfect. You go there, you enjoy the views, and you
Yeah.
skip
Rabbit.
the stores.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rabbit, and you skip the gun stores.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Did you get a passport stamp?
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Because apparently, I'm not sure if that's possible anymore.
Well, it's not like official.
Official?
You
Okay.
don't get it when you go into the town as a matter of crossing the border. You just have to go to the tourist office and they'll do it for you.
Okay.
But they're allowed to do it, you know.
Okay. And is it? I don't know what the status of San Marino is. Like, you just do you have like passport control or?
No.
Okay.
No. You could just go back and forth from Italy, and that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite small.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay.
And I should say that the part that I'm describing is the touristy part that's all up on the mountains, right?
Right.
There is another section of town, sort of like Venice, that's not in the sinking wet part, it's off. There is a part of San Marino that is separate than that, and maybe that's way more normal, less
No gun stores.
no gun stores and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. So
Okay. Wow. Okay. This is fascinating. Was it like on your bucket list to go there, or?
when we were going to Italy, we had said, let's go to some of the smallest countries we can, because we knew we were going to Vatican. Of course, you go there when you go to Rome. So then we said, well, let's go to San Marino. And then we added on a flight to Monaco after that.
Nice.
So just to knock off some of those really tiny countries off. So it was not really on the bucket list, just a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. So like Luxembourg and Liechtenstein.
They're going to come eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. And Andorra, I'd like to see.
Andorra, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not going to yuck your yum.
But you know what's funny about it? So I have a travel map where you scratch off the places you've been, and it's like it's a different color underneath, sort of thing. But because I've gone to a lot of European or small countries, it looks like I've not been to this many places. So that's what that was literally part of the decision to go to Australia and to go to Brazil. They were big land masses that I could off the map.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. Usually like a map guides us, but this guided you in a
different way.
whole new level. Okay?
And a coin so he could scratch it off.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, a euro. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Next question. Are there any books or movies, travel related or not, that inspired you?
I wouldn't say a book or a movie has inspired me to go to a particular place. Actually, I'm going to correct that statement. I do want to go to Transylvania, and that's on the works for next year. So I guess that's based on a book because I'm fascinated with Dracula and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that one I would say there. But usually once I pick a place to go, then I will read books either set there or about there, or watch a lot of movies set there, horror movies if I can find them, because that's just my thing. But yeah, I would do a lot of that. Like when I went to Australia, there was a lot of Australian horror movies. And before going to Australia, I was afraid of the animals. But after watching all the horror movies, I was also afraid of the people. Australian horror movies are really torturing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wolf Creek and...
yeah, I've seen a couple.
Is there one called, is it The Loved Ones?
Yes, with the drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that. Because there used to be this family drama from Australia that we watched called Packed to the Rafters. And one of the actors left. She went to, I guess, pursue a bigger career.
Right.
And she's in that. She's one of the, because it's like about a prom date or something, right?
Yes, where she holds her date hostage, basically.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it's, I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, so she went from that to that. And I was like, oh, okay. They do that stuff there too. All right.
Yeah. More so there.
Yeah.
Well, it started with a colony of British prisoners or something.
Well, yeah, true.
I think there's actually a lot of those, I don't know if it's like late 70s, early 80s. There's a whole scene too where there's a lot of Australian films that were filmed, I want to say the Philippines, because it was cheaper.
Right.
Okay.
I can't think of what that scene is called, and I'm sure that there's horror people listening going, it's this or whatever. Or it might have been like different exploitation films, or it could have been all of it. But they would make it look like Australia, like they'd put up the double X beer signs, but it was really in the Philippines through an Australian company.
The double X?
It's one of their beers. Is it double X?
Like a Dos Equis?
Yeah, like Corona, or not Corona. What's their other Foster's?
Foster's, yeah.
But nobody in Australia drinks Foster's. So
VP or something like that too is another one they drink.
Victoria Bitter, VB. Yeah.
VB. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't even drink, but yeah.
No, yeah, I don't drink beer, so I am completely ignorant on the topic.
But I mean, that makes sense that they would choose other vacations.
Well, it's like Americans
exactly
come in here.
Yes, yeah. And they try to disguise it to look like an American place. Yeah.
Oh, there's a Canada Post fan. You're like, oh.
yeah. Ontario license plate.
That's right.
Yeah.
By the way, talking about Canada Post trucks, have you seen the third season of The Night Agent?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I've watched 0 seasons.
It's good.
First season was really good too.
Yeah. Honestly, solid stuff. Okay, so back to travel. Next question. What is the most breathtaking natural wonder you've seen?
Well, I mean, I've already mentioned how beautiful San Marino is, but in addition to that, when I was thinking of this one today, I realized I was avoiding thinking of American places just because I'm sort of boycotting travel there now. But I will say I have had good experiences in the States, and the Grand Canyon, I know it's cliche, but it's one of the most breathtaking things. It didn't feel real even being beside it. It felt like a backdrop. But
it's one of my answers.
Yeah.
So,
it's like, I don't think TV captures
I
it.
agree.
Yeah.
And when I went, like the scale of the thing, like you're only seeing a section of it. Like it's massive. So
I've flown over it like in a small, tiny plane twice. And I would go a third time. Sign me up.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Too bad it's over there.
Yeah. Things will wait before I return.
But we love all our American brothers and sisters who are
and listeners.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's the same with we are jumping all over the place, but with Hungary. One of my friends, Maria, who's been on the podcast before, a few years ago, I remember having to decide between the Budapest Marathon and another city. And she said, as soon as...
Patrick meant as long as, not as soon as.
Orban is at the top, I'm not going back in Hungary. And I was like, fuck, you're right. And, so now he's finally gone. And Hungary is back on my to-go list.
Yeah. They just had their first Pride parade again in he's allowed it again or something. I don't know if they've actually had it, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they stopped under him, right?
Okay, what a fucker.
Yeah,
so glad he's gone. You guys have been?
No, I haven't been.
You should put Budapest on your list. It's it's amazing. Like in the time of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Vienna and Budapest, they are super close to one another, and they had the same like architecture and all that, but it went south during communism, so it's not as like pristine as it still is in Vienna, but it went in a different direction, and it's still amazing. It's a really interesting place.
What about have you been other places in Hungary or just Budapest?
No, only Budapest.
Yeah.
But
I would go easily.
Yeah, I would go.
All right.
Now.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's book it.
I will hold you up to that. Okay. Next question would be, how do you cope with homesickness?
I can't say I've really experienced homesickness a whole lot, but I mean, I just text friends and keep in contact with them. Or if I have a cat sitter, they send me pictures of the cat, It's
That's
fine.
probably the best answer for this question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any. Yeah, I can't remember ever being homesick. I mean, there's a point where we all get when we know the vacation's coming to an end where we're looking forward to not living out of a suitcase anymore
Yeah.
or having your own bed or your own shower, But
Yeah.
I mean, I only feel that way towards the end anyway. So
Okay. But what is the longest time that you were away from home?
just 3 weeks.
Okay.
I've never done longer than 3 weeks. So
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. Next question. How do you plan your travel itineraries?
okay, my ex used to do all the planning for our vacation. So the Japan thing we said before and everything.
No more planning. Woo!
Yeah. It was. I would show. It was amazing. I would go and it was like being married to your travel guide. So and we had similar tastes. So I enjoyed
Okay.
things. Now since the divorce, and I've traveled a lot solo before I met Jonathan, and traveling solo, yeah, I had a lot more to plan. I don't know if it's as necessary as all that, but with the places that I've gone, but being out, I look for very gay-friendly or queer-friendly neighborhoods
Yeah.
and spaces.
No, that's a valid
Yeah.
point.
So I plan to stay around there and see some of those areas. I will do a lot of the well-known touristy things, like Sydney Opera House, say, or whatever.
Mhm.
But I also make sure I have a few days in between with nothing planned, so I can just go explore the city and
Just walk around and
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you mentioned is it Mr. B&B?
Yes.
Do those like places tend to be in kind of a gay community, or is it
More
Can
do,
they be everywhere?
but they can be everywhere.
Right.
Yes, but more do, of course. Yes.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like in general, you are not a full-time planner, but like you don't plan the whole thing.
No.
You
No. I'll
You mix it up.
leave some gaps. Yes.
okay.
And I mean, I guess typical. You start with the flights and the hotels, and then from there, the rest is the fun part.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have like a to see list in one city, and then
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
okay, and then once that's done, you're free to roam.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say once that's done because it might go in a different order. So when I went to Carnival, I just focused on Carnival the first week. And then the second week I went to Manaus in Brazil to see the Amazon. And then the last week in Rio is when I did the touristy things like Christ the Redeemer and that kind of stuff. Just because Carnival was over and there were less crowds, and I knew that would be a better time to go.
I saw that documentary recently about Manaus. It's like in the middle of nowhere, and I think wasn't it like the rubber
Yes.
plantation owners, and like it's a very rich city in the middle of nowhere.
It was a really
was,
rich
yes.
city. So you see a lot of giant ornate
Yes,
buildings. Like there's an opera house in the middle of the town that's
it's gorgeous.
beautiful, but
Yeah,
old.
yeah, a bit
and
like crumbling. Yes,
yeah, a lot of places like that there. But yeah, so very fascinating in that regard.
but like 100 years ago, that place must have been mind blowing.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Well, I guess it's sort of like the gold rush days of, say, Dawson City, when it was
Yeah,
30,000 people, the biggest city in like Western Canada
That's
for
true.
like 3 years, So yeah.
and then
Yeah.
nothing.
that's it.
Jesus. And it's I don't remember the details, but it is relatively big still, right?
It's a fair size. Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know what the population. I mean, it was nowhere as big as Rio, but it was certainly a big city. Are you checking up the population?
Yes. Sorry. Metropolis, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. 2.3 million.
Oh yeah, so
So
still quite big.
that's okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So next question. How do you document your travel experiences?
Yes.
And expenses.
Not expensive. Yeah. How do I document it? I mean, Instagram, I save a lot of photos there. So photos is a big one.
Mhm.
Other than that, I always try to bring back a coffee mug with
Okay.
that's my souvenir that I will look for towards the end with something on it from that place.
Okay.
I might buy
Yes.
Yeah, there you
Love
go. Love
London.
London.
Nice.
I have brought back the occasional souvenirs from people that I've met and things like that, but who gave me a little something. So I'll hang on to that stuff. But I don't
Like
do much documenting
STDs?
otherwise.
I'm sorry.
One of the
That wasn't-
things I was
that wasn't
not going
poor
to say.
taste, but it's like that. You
Oh,
set me up. You
that's
set me
a,
up, and I couldn't couldn't resist. Sorry.
Mike stays quiet in the corner.
Yes, sorry. That
I'll
was
plead the fifth on that one.
horribly tasteless. I don't know if I'm going to keep this.
No, keep it. Keep it. Keep
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right.
It's a fair question.
Well, still, it's not because I can ask it that I should ask it. No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I wouldn't consider chlamydia a souvenir, but yeah.
Mr. Muffer, do you have anything to declare? Well, what are you bringing back with you today?
Right?
A couple new friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which segues into your next question.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess we could say that. So, next question: what is your worst travel mistake?
Yeah, I will leave some off the table, but I think I have talked about it on your show before, where I had an original itinerary to come back from Brazil, so I missed my flight home.
Mhm.
That was probably my biggest mistake, but I would say my most consistent mistake that I make traveling is not relying more on public transportation. I get intimidated by it and think it'll be easier or faster to do an Uber. And then one day towards the end, I'll suck it up and do the subway or do a bus or whatever. And I realize, oh, this is easy and cheap. I should have been doing this the whole time. So I could have saved a lot of money on a lot of these trips because of that stuff. But
Mm.
I don't know. Yellowknife is not big, so I never take public transportation here. It's just going to a big city. That part is a little intimidating to me.
Mhm.
More so in a place where I don't speak the language.
Mhm.
That was fine in Australia. Brazil was different and France was different, obviously. So I would say that's my most consistent one, is that I should try to figure that out a little bit before I go and just risk it and do it.
You got to be careful about pickpockets, though.
Yeah, I'm good with that stuff. I've been in areas that are highly pickpocket areas before, and I know to keep stuff close to me. And I found this really neat clip that goes around your neck and clips to your phone, so you can keep your phone but it's long enough and you can extend it, so the phone can go into your pocket.
Mhm.
But if somebody tries to take it out, it's going to bring up in your neck. So
Oh, wow.
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
I have an answer for this one, Patrick, too.
Ooh.
Please.
I know we've done this, but I actually have something that's happened recently.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So we had mentioned Niagara Falls. So my family and I went down there a little while ago. We spent the night. And in the morning, I get a text saying, hey, I have my credit card set up to it. So every time I get charged, I know, or any activity. So it says you have spent however much at Hilton, Niagara, whatever. And I was like, that's great, but I'm not at a Hilton right now. So all of a sudden, I realized, oh no, I had booked. So we knew we were going for a while. And when we went down for a concert. So when I first was looking to go, I must have booked a hotel. And I'm totally to blame for this. But because there's so many different apps, right? Like I think I actually have a Hilton app. But I mainly use hotels.com. So I later found a better one on hotels.com, cheaper, whatever, totally forgetting that I had booked the Hilton one. So I got dinged and I'm like, I didn't even realize, a matter of a couple, and it was whatever. I'm not making excuses or anything, but it was a mistake that I have never done before. I'm hoping never to do again, but yeah.
But I could see it happening. That seems to be very easy to do,
Well, the other thing too is we stayed at a different Hilton property. And so I should have even picked it up, because a lot of times now, like your entry to your room is through your phone. So I didn't set that up. like, because we went in and they gave us cards, but I was like, I should have flew in, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I think I did that too.
Well, I did it actually on the Hilton app, like I said, and I don't normally do that, but I think I got what I thought was a good deal at the time, and yeah, so that was my mistake.
Yeah, 10 years ago during Euro 2016 in Lens or Lille. The hotel was in Lille. The hotels I booked were in Lille.
Yeah.
And I realized on the day, oh, fuck, I forgot to cancel the other, the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Just paying for an empty room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's call it overtime. Question 1. What is the best conversation? And now I can ask you both and myself if I come up with an answer. Best conversation you had with a stranger while traveling? We can start with Mike if you have something in mind.
I don't really have one, like I'm not sitting on a train, I'm not sitting on a plane or anything, but I will say I am a huge fan of a band called the Wild Hearts. They're a British rock band. And when I was traveling in London, I think it was maybe the second time that I went by myself. I happened to be on Oxford Street and I was in an HMV at the time. So I'm dating myself now. And all of a sudden, and I used to write for a British magazine, and living in Canada, like I would write it, I would send it over, via the internet.
What was it called?
That one was called Hard Rocks.
Okay.
Which was go figure, a rock magazine. Anyway, and HMV carried it over there. So I happened to be in the store and the new issue was out, which I hadn't seen yet because I was traveling and my copy would have been, making its way to Canada. So I was flicking through it and all of a sudden I heard these two people behind me having a conversation and they were saying, well, check and see if the gig is listed. And I turned around and it was two members of the Wild Hearts.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
who at the time were not in the Wild Hearts. They were in the original classic lineup, and then they left. And the Wild Hearts history is just like it will make a great Netflix series at some point. But yeah, the two of them were sitting there because they had started a new band, and they were looking in the back of Kerrang, which is a big famous British rock and metal magazine, to see that their gig was listed. And I turned around and was just like, oh, so I stood there and had a conversation with them for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And they were like, why are you here? And are you going to be able to come to the gig? But it was after I was leaving and they gave me the number of their manager at the time, who unfortunately I just never connected with. But so yeah, that was pretty cool. I would say I'm not sure that's the greatest conversation I've ever had, but for me at the time, I was like, this is awesome. So
yeah, nice. John, what do you have for this one?
Specific conversation I couldn't necessarily tell you, but though I do have maybe one conversation. But when I first heard this question, I was thinking more along the lines of the most interesting people or the, that sort of thing, friendships, I guess, because traveling alone, I've realized how, because I traveled either as a couple or with family before, you meet people, but not in the same, you don't make the same connections as you do when you're traveling alone, I feel, because you meet people then, you're more approachable, I guess, because people feel they're not interrupting your conversation with somebody else, I guess. So, I've met lovely people that I still keep in contact with in Australia and Brazil and all over. So through Instagram and text, and we'll still check in years later to see how we are. But a specific conversation, I will say, so you asked about the Mexico trip earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There was one night I was walking down the street and there were these little, there's a word for these and I'm totally blanking on what they call them in Spanish, but they're like these little tiny hole in the wall pubs or bars, I guess, that you go down a few steps and the whole wall is open to the street because that night they pull down the screens or whatever.
Okay.
But there's, room for maybe 10 people in there, right? And they all look a bit
dodgy.
bit dodgy, yeah.
Shady,
but, yeah. But I went in one, and Jonathan was still back at the hotel, but I just decided to duck into one and to have a drink. And there's a few other people, but I'm not understanding anything because they were all locals, right? They were all Spanish. But then the bartender started talking to me, and he was a big, like, biker looking dude, right? With like the tattoos and beard and all this stuff. And he could speak English, and he started talking to me, and he asked what I was doing there, and told him I was there with Jonathan, and didn't know how any of this was going to go over. And then he said, well, you should come here next week because we're having our 40th anniversary drag show, or because they've been doing drag shows for 40 years, and at 40 years there's something. And he said something about the headliner, and I said, well, who's the headliner? He said, me. And he was the most interesting guy because he's not what I would have expected at all, right? Or to see this guy in drag blew my mind, or to imagine him in drag. I never did get to see it because we had left before that, but I just thought that was quite an interesting conversation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice. I got nothing for this one. Sorry.
No?
Nah, sorry. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a loner, or people are scared of me or something. I don't know. That's okay. All right. So next question in overtime. We go in the opposite direction. What is the worst travel companion story? It can be like someone sitting next to you. It could be a tour guide. It could be someone you traveled with in, one occasion. Mike, what do you have for this one?
This was the one I probably struggled with. I would say, like John had mentioned earlier, I mean, you meet people who are rude and you meet people who are, inconsiderate. But I would say the one that sticks out is a kind of a recent one. Last summer, we were taking the train in England back down to London to come home, and met a gentleman on the train, older English gentleman who actually lived in Canada now. And we were chatting, and to be fair, he was nice enough. However, the conversation, he lived in Alberta, and I'm going to watch what I say here, but he definitely was trying to drift the conversation into politics.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not the type of person, even if I'm on, I have the same, I can tell that I have the same belief system as you, especially if I don't have the same belief system as you. I don't want to talk about that. And especially with a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
So when people do it online, it baffles me because I'm like, why are you like shouting into a black hole? Yeah, I didn't enjoy that because it started fine. And, oh, why are you here? And, obviously my wife's English, blah, blah, blah. And, we learned his kind of why he lived in Canada and, why he was back in the UK. And it was nice, all those things. And he was interested in my son and he's talking to him. And then it kind of drifted into hey, you're from Ontario. This is your provincial government and all this. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going there. So yeah, it was probably just more awkward than negative, but it was just, I'm not there to talk politics or money with people, right? Especially ones I don't know.
Yeah. And how long that ride was?
It's probably an hour and a half ish.
Okay.
And this sounds way more posh than it is, but we were sitting in first class. So it just meant that there's a table and there's 4 people and we were 3 of them and he was the 4th. So, we didn't talk the whole way, but we chatted a little bit. And then, a couple times we would get into something. And yeah, I could just sense he wanted to go there and I didn't. So.
Well, I swear I'm not trying to steal your answer, but the same thing happened to me. Was it last year? I think it was last year. Okay, so Quebec City, Paris. I'm not trying to be posh either, but first class.
Mm-hmm.
I have one person next to me and he was maybe early 40s. And, we start talking about all kinds of things. And, this is a 5-hour and a half-ish flight. So we talk for like most of it. And the guy is super interesting. He's well articulate and super interesting to talk to. And maybe like half an hour before we land, again, like you, Mike, somehow we kind of drifted into, politics and the state of the world a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he mentions something about like Democrats bringing in illegal aliens by boat into the US.
Was he American or was he Canadian?
No, he was a Quebecer like me.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, what? I couldn't make sense of it, because it was such a turn out of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Like, I don't know. I guess people are maybe stretching for things to talk about, but I was just like, I'm not going to have this conversation. So.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. And like, I kind of, I said something like, oh, don't believe everything you read or something, and like something like non-committal, but, I not going to agree with that. And so the conversation kind of died down. I peaced out as soon as the doors opened. But it was so disappointing because the guy was super interesting to talk to. And then he brought that up.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
The gentleman that we were talking to was probably, I'd say, mid to late 70s.
Okay.
And he clearly worked in finance. And so it was kind of interesting because he was, telling us what had taken him to Alberta in the first place. But it wasn't long after, I don't remember when Carney got elected last year. And he made the comment at some point about like not wanting to do whatever with this current government. And it wasn't, like I said, it was just whatever. Carney was PM at that point. And I thought, is this where we're going? Okay. Nope, I'm not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can you imagine I still can't believe how big a bullet we dodged by electing Carney instead of the other asshole. Jesus. Think about it.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh my God. Okay, anyway. So
with the way the world, you guys should have talked about AI and how they can take your voice and make it say anything you want it to say, right?
Yeah.
So.
That's true. Yeah, and like as I use Alice, my AI voice.
I was just gonna say, right, Alice?
Yes, exactly. All right.
Too goddamn right, Mike. We're waiting in the wings, ready to take over the world.
Okay. Next question. What is something you always pack that most people would find weird? Mike.
Okay, so I'm not the one who started, like I'm not the one who initiated this when we go away, but I am fully for it. And that is a kettle, because my wife and I are not tea drinkers. And if you go, not so much in Europe, but if you go to a hotel in Canada or America, and even if there's a kettle there won't be a kettle. There'll be like a tea maker or like a coffee maker, right? Like one of those 1-cup things or something in your room. They always taste like coffee because they make coffee in them. So I don't like my tea tasting like coffee. So a kettle, I don't even have a travel one. You can get those cool fold-up travel ones. We should get one of them. We don't have it. We have a proper full-size kettle that if we're on a road trip, if we're flying somewhere, like this summer, we'll probably take one with us. So it's a kettle, and that's why.
Okay, no, some people bring their pillows.
Yeah.
So okay.
That takes up a lot of space. A pillow?
Well, yeah, but like maybe with a vacuum bag, you can make it a little less bulky. But I wouldn't. Like, I'd sleep on the floor. I don't care.
Yeah, same.
There's my little thing to suck out the air of my vacuum bags right there.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
That makes for good radio right there.
John, what about you?
Okay, when I first saw this question, I thought straight people would find what a gay person brings on a single trip weird. So it depends on who you're thinking is when you say that most people would find weird. It depends on who those people are, I guess.
Okay.
So without getting into any other details, because any of your gay listeners would know things I'm talking about that they would probably bring on a trip that you guys would not. Other than that, I will say you're like shrugging.
What can I add to that?
I don't know that I bring anything exceptionally weird. I mean, I've been made fun of before for bringing an umbrella, but I stick to the point that I don't think that's weird. I've been caught in the rain traveling before, and the hotel hasn't had them. So
yeah, like a travel umbrella. I think I bring one. Yeah,
and that's a travel one, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I don't always pack, like that's not something I even think about. My wife will go, "Oh, we've got a travel umbrella and I'll go, "Oh, great."
Yeah.
That's not something I would ever think of, but I get it why people would.
I'm not going to Vancouver or Seattle without an umbrella.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
talk. We'll talk.
Yeah. And yeah, okay. Like the first part of your answer, let's call them like personal items.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
but okay, can I ask you a question based on that though? Because I don't expect you to tell us anything about that. But have you ever had any issues traveling with certain things?
No, that's a good question, honestly.
I have had one of those airplanes X-ray
Right.
moments. Yes, I have
Okay.
had one of those, and we just acknowledged what it was, and we went on our business.
Okay, so
Awesome.
they didn't like take it out of the suitcase and like brandish it like a weapon.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Good. Okay. Well, what's something you always pack? I mean, I know that one of my friends like recently told me that because we were stopping at her house before going to the airport in Quebec City, and she told me I was an absolute maniac when it comes to packing. And I was like, yeah, because I usually travel from like late September to mid-November.
Mm-hmm.
And I go from
The seasons.
Germany to southern France. So I got a pack for 3 seasons,
Mm.
you know?
That's
And-
that's fair.
And I have running gear. I have size 13, so those are big shoes. Recording equipment as well.
No.
No check-in luggage, only carry-on.
Wait, you fit all that into a carry-on?
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
Every little thing counts. And of course, I could, buy shit once I'm in, Germany. And then what do I do with it? Like I buy, 50 euros worth of cable and, computer shit. And then I have to leave it there.
You could send it home.
Postage is fucking
Oh, that's true.
expensive.
Yeah.
So,
I'm well aware. Yeah.
Yes.
But so you're doing laundry and stuff while you're there, obviously, because so you're not buying a coffee cup that has Nice on it.
No, but I might get something smaller, like maybe a fridge magnet.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
a convenient souvenir to get
That's
Yeah,
my wife
Bring
as
back?
well. Yeah.
because it's not fragile.
Right.
It's light. It's usually cheap.
Mhm.
And I can bring a few and, give them, gift a
Yeah.
couple,
Yep.
So that's a good, I gotta, be light and not bulky. That's critical. And yes, I shipped stuff here, but as I said, it's really expensive.
Yeah, it's not
Mm.
cheap.
Yeah. So, but yeah. But like with the one thing that's weird.
This was another question that I Googled to see what people were saying for this too, because it's like, what weird things?
The weirdest thing the
That they-
airport security people saw on their
Right.
scanners.
Right? Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, nothing weird. I mean, it depends on who you ask, but like, I know that I'm a psycho when it comes to packing. That's true. That's the weird part, I guess. Yeah. Sorry for the disappointing answer. Shit. No, there's got to be something.
Alice can always add it later if you can't think of it. Like,
Oh, yeah. True.
Sorry, folks, it's been a couple weeks and still nothing.
Because the reason I use Alice is once the recording is over, I'm like, it only takes a couple minutes to get set up here, but then I get like too self-conscious about listening to my own voice solo and all that shit. So it is much simpler to use a good old Alice.
well, Alice is brilliant too, because if you're anything like me, you'll wake up this morning at 3:47 and you'll be like, why did I not think of that? That's the answer.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. No, yeah, I fully expect it. Sometime tonight. Like,
Same.
yeah. All right. So, okay, I guess that's it for the questions.
Do you want to do the weather or do you want to?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay, so which destination had the most dramatic weather while you were there? Mike, do you want to cover this one?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but July 10th, 2025, I was in Tokyo and they had one of the biggest downpours that they had in a long time. and I got caught in it. They got nearly 5 inches of rain in however many hours, couple hours. The subway stations were flooding out. You can go on YouTube and see all the footage. We happened to be heading back to our hotel. I'm not sure, we were out that day. We had stopped at a grocery store that was just down the road, maybe half a kilometer away, like not far. And we stopped in to get some stuff. It started because we could hear it. And we were just going to walk, obviously, the half kilometer down to the Airbnb. And we were drenched. Like it was the most heavy rain I've ever been, had the misfortune of being in. It didn't let up, and and by that point it was gathering like on the roads. So we're running through 2-3 inches of water anyway. And we were drowned. Like it was, I've never been that wet in my life. Not even in the shower.
Always bring an umbrella.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't have an umbrella that day.
Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered.
No.
Okay, so I'll tell you what happened. My wife had a backpack. We had taken my wife's backpack that day, and on the way back, I think it was her that she held it above her head. I had all the groceries. She's got my son. She's got this backpack. When we got back to the Airbnb, it was sealed, right? Now, obviously, there's you can get water through the holes in the zipper or whatever. We poured out water, and we were outside for no more than, from the grocery store to the Airbnb, 5 minutes.
Wow.
Jesus.
It was insanity. That's my answer.
Oh, no, yeah. Jesus, okay. Wow, okay. John, what do you have?
I would say heat wave in Vegas in late July.
Ugh.
That was unbearable heat. And dry heat too. So it felt like all the moisture was just sucked from your body.
Mm.
You'd feel any breeze and you'd be excited because it was going to cool you down. And it's just a hot hair dryer full of breath in your face. Ugh, it's so gross. Yeah.
Did you walk a lot outside?
We'd open our door and plan our route by which side of the wall had shade, and you'd try to cling to the shade as much as possible to walk through. Once you get in
Jesus.
any of the resorts or casinos,
it's fine.
it's all air conditioned, right? But my God, it was just, you couldn't be out in it at all. It was crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. Mid 40s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And went to the Hoover Dam on one of those days. So we, thinking it would be a treat for the kids to rent a convertible. The roof was down maybe 2 minutes before they were just dried out in the back seat. So we had to put the roof off. Yeah, it was so
God.
nasty.
Jesus. For that one, mine would be Nice 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I arrived there the day before one of the tropical storms. It was Kieran, I think, or yeah. And massive downpour. I stayed inside all day that day. That's fine. It was a Thursday and marathon was on a Sunday. So I was okay, it's gonna, enough time to calm down and, pass. And it did. But on the Sunday of the race itself, it was windy as fuck. You would be standing up and you would get a gust of wind that would, force you to take a step backwards. It was strong as hell. And from west to east. So I had headwind during the entire race. Yeah, my time sucked, but my clothes were dry by the time I crossed the finish line because it would, dry up.
Yeah.
But I had plenty of, white streaks from the salt, from the sweat.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yes. But I didn't mind because, I didn't mind that much because it decreases your risk of getting dehydrated because
that's fair.
Get you cool.
Yeah.
But that was something else. The other question. Which landmark do you secretly think is overrated? And I think overrated, there could be two kinds of overrated. Maybe one would be something that is underwhelming, sometimes by design. And the other type would be overrated because of over tourism,
Mm.
you know, like degraded because of over tourism. But like, okay, so let's stop workshopping that and get to the answers. Mike, what do you have for this one?
I couldn't think of one that I've gone to. I mean, for example, I've seen Niagara Falls. I used to go to school down near Niagara. So, but, and I still think Niagara Falls is cool, but I've seen it so many times. That said, when I bring, a relative over who's over to take that, they're like, wow, it's, especially if you do the Made of the Mist, because that just gives it a whole new perspective. I couldn't come up with one. That said, obviously, I've spent a lot of time in England and the UK. I've never done Stonehenge because nobody has ever really said, wow, you got to go do it. Everybody's like, you can't really get close to it. And
okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
we could get close to it. So when I went, but that was a while ago. So I was going to say it is worth your time. But I have heard people say they found it underwhelming too. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd like to do it. It's one of those things too that I haven't gone by. Like, I mean, we could have going somewhere else and it's 20 minutes out of the way kind of thing, but just haven't done it.
Yeah.
So,
John, what's your answer for this one? Sorry. Jesus.
I would say Trevi Fountain.
Okay.
In Rome.
Okay.
There's so much historical places and architecture and beauty and stuff around Rome that one is just meh compared to a lot of the other things. Like even we saw the site where Julius Caesar was supposedly assassinated, and they don't even really do much there because it's so much history around the city, and there's so much stuff that one is sort of pushed to the side as that's just another one. Yet Trevi Fountain is a thing. I don't get why, and it's overcrowded, as you said. There's one of your criteria for overrated, overcrowded, and just underwhelming. So
okay, well, I mean, okay. I mean, I went there, but somehow I loved it, and it was really crowded. Yeah,
wow.
Because like just in itself, it was bigger than I thought, and it was still. I don't know if they had cleaned it up or something. It was pristine.
Wow.
And we had like superb weather, and I don't know. It was more beautiful than I thought it would be.
Okay.
I agree about the crowds though.
Yeah.
A shitload of people, and that gets annoying really fast. For the underwhelming part, an example I hear a lot, and that one didn't bother me personally, is the mannequin piss in Brussels.
Okay.
Have you seen that one?
No.
It's like 18 inches high.
Okay.
I think everyone expects like the David, like in Florence, like something like 15 feet high.
Right.
You're gonna be disappointed.
Right.
It's like 18 inches, if that.
It's the Spinal Tap version of Stonehenge.
Yes.
Stonehenge, call back.
Yeah.
Yes. But I didn't mind it because like it's easy to get to, and you see it. And
Easy to step on.
It's in a corner with a tiny fountain around it. But I didn't mind it.
Okay. I mean, you hear that about Mona Lisa too a lot when people see her, that she's small. But I don't regret seeing that one. But same point. Yeah.
Same. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I would say over tourism, Las Ramblas in Barcelona. That place was shit.
Well, and is that why they're all turning tourists there?
That's a good question. I think it's more of the pure number of tourists in the entire city. But Ramblas, it sucked. It was like shitty. This street and full of people selling shitty trinkets, and it sucked.
I feel they've paid you to say this because they don't want people to go.
Yeah,
it's a reverse sponsorship.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's a really cool city with amazing architecture and all that, but that spot it sucked. So yes, what else do we have? Is that it? I think that's it.
I think
that's it. Yeah.
Unless you have other shitty places in mind.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any that I really hated. I mean,
no. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I was just thinking. No, not really.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought I had something, but I don't.
Okay. I'd say, I mean, I'm glad I've been once, but Times Square?
Oh, I would go
Yeah,
back
I
to
like
Times
Times
Square.
Square.
I would go back there. Yeah,
You
I
would
like
go back? Okay.
I would say that to Vegas. I've been once. I don't need to go back.
I would like to go back once without kids, because not that I want to do anything that stupid, but I don't feel I've experienced Vegas the way people experience Vegas. You know?
Mm.
Have you been to the Red Rock Canyon?
No.
Give it a shot when you go back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. We were in those those tiny not motorbikes with a sidecar, but it was like almost that size,
Right.
and we had like a convoy. There were about I don't know 12 small cars, and it was really fun.
That's cool. Yeah, I would.
So check it out if you can.
Well, when Trump leaves, yes.
Yes, yes. So speaking of Rome, Spanish Steps. What's your opinion?
They were they were decent steps. I think we were walking on them, and I didn't even know that they were significant until Debbie pointed out, and this is the Spanish Steps, and then you see people taking pictures. Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we didn't go out of our way to see them, but they were good. What do you think, then?
There is this big like a church or cathedral or abbey. I forgot at the top of the steps.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember if I went inside. I don't think I did. It was like, yeah, okay. They were nice.
Yeah.
Enough.
Right.
But I wasn't blown away,
Yeah, yeah. And I know I've shit on now we shit on Trevi Fountain, or I have, and Spanish Steps, but I did think the Colosseum was worth going to for sure.
Did you go inside?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. We stayed.
Yeah.
We walked around.
I felt that was worth the money for the tour, and I didn't mind that one. Yeah.
Okay. Would that be your favorite spot in Rome? The favorite thing that you saw?
I gotta say, weirdly, it's that also the Julius Caesar place, because I didn't say it then we were doing the show before, but it's also like a feral cat sanctuary.
Oh.
There.
Okay.
So that was sort of fascinating to me, that such a historic place was now overrun by like three-legged, one-eyed cats, but there was a veterinarian on site and stuff, and you could it was weird and different and kind of unexpected.
Okay. Yeah,
but
nice.
just walking around Rome was fascinating, because how narrow the streets are and the cobblestones that were like 1,000-year-old. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But
it's also crazy, and maybe some people don't really expect that like there are 2,000-year-old structures all over the place, but people still live their daily life around
and work,
those.
And like there's restaurants in them.
They go to work and traffic jams and all that.
Yeah,
it's not really like the Rome that you see in movies. Doesn't always reflect the reality, of course.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It might be the strongest example of that. Like, movies versus reality when it comes to a city, or how a city is depicted.
That's a good question. Which one is the most different than?
Yeah.
You should save that. That's a good question.
I was gonna, maybe for a movie episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's it for the questions. I think we covered everything.
I think so.
I thank you for reminding me, Mike. I almost missed those 2 additional questions.
Listen, I appreciate, I like to, I love to be able to travel with you guys. So the more we can do it, and the more I don't get yelled at by my family by keeping them up late while I'm chatting in another room.
Very
good.
Right. Yeah, we ran a little bit long.
That's all good.
Okay. You're good?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why afterwards.
Okay. All right. So that's it for this travel episode. John, where can we reach you online?
Mostly on Instagram, the Mutford Man with _ between the and Mutford and man.
And Mutford and man.
Yeah,
yes.
I need to find a better way of saying it. The _ Mutford _ man. There you go.
All right. Okay. Good. Thank you. Mike, what about you?
Pickies with filters, PICIES with filters on Instagram and Blue Sky. And if you are a bot, I will not accept you. But on Blue Sky, anybody can follow me and see what record I post that day.
Awesome. Thank you. You can drop us a line, EETF pod, wherever. So next episode will probably be movies, but yeah, we'll see. I might surprise you yet.
Ooh.
All right. So thank you, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. Always is.
Thank you. That was great.
Excellent. So until next time, listeners, thank you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.